Yeah. Yeah.
They should take it to 10.
Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Hey. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. True. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Out, please. No.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Under 10, 10. 54 Mike, 54.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Nice pass that time by the number 1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let him know.
Check 31, 36.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll be he stops right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Running, it's Drake. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you, boy. I got you. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Murray now on first down. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Bring it. Bring it. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. You're not ready.
Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Switch. Switch. Check 3. Check 3. Kill. Move.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he hits his man, Matthews. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Watch the screen.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Alert 3.
They'll try again with Drake. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this?
Check.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, nice move. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Check. Showing up.
21.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you.
I'm coming after you.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Here we go. 180.
Come on. You better bring it.
Take 4.
Hey, John. White.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
I got you. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
Hassan Reddick gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's crashing.
Hey, gun.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I got you.
Switch.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down.
Here we go.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Here's guys take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st down, Drake. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. It's complete to Drake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. He's coming. We got jump
On first down, it's Drake, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Right there. 54. Right there.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And nothing but daylight ahead. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoff.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Garoppolo on first down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
12, fellas, here we go. Sneak on, 132-5,
On second down, it's Coleman. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
56 to Mike.
Murray going to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mike's 56. Here we go. 56.
First down, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
And the Cardinal first down.
Ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Murray now on first down. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
At their own 38-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
You can't block me. You can't.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. Yeah. You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They will run again with Coleman. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Here we go.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 26, check 26.
11. Hey, Alpha.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun.
Here's Mostert. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL,
through an opening, and there he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. Back now here in Santa Clara, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Drake. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
The tackle by Quan Alexander. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. From the gun, it's Dre. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On the ball. Get it.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
43's the make. Gun.
Let's put him on the buses.
Flag.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety.
Now Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Now Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Say.
13.
Check 24. Shoot.
What? 65.
It's a safety creep.
Hey, wahoo.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
1st down, Arizona.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Murray now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Arizona, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.